Hello everybody, welcome to Game 3 of the 1975 World Series. The scene has shifted from Fenway Park to Riverfront Stadium, and the game on tap is Replay Baseball. Replay Baseball. There's the Replay Baseball playbook, the old style, which had the spiral bounding. Also, the newer style has now the trifold, which I've got in the background to read the results on. So, let's get going here and not waste any time. Just working on my setup for this to make sure, because when I'm doing this overhead thing I've been doing for Strat for so long, when I play newer games, it's a newer setup for me. So I've got to really figure out the best way that I can fit in the score sheet and everything else. There you see the score sheet for Replay Baseball, and it does have the places down here to put the defensive ratings for all the players, which makes it nice. Go through the lineup very quickly. Cooper leading off, Doyle second, Yastrzemski third, Fisk cleanup, Lynn in center, Petrocelli in third, Evans in right, Burleson in short, and Rick Wise on the mound. For the Reds, Rose, Griffey, Morgan, Perez, bench, Foster, Concepcion, Geronimo, and Gary Nolan, the right-hander, is on the mound. So this game was played October 14th, 1975. I think everything is pretty good to show in there. So let's get the dice tray to make sure that is also there. All right, Riverfront Stadium, there they are. And since we read the batter first and the pitcher second, I will put the batter first and the pitcher second in that order. So hopefully everything is showing up on camera now in a decent way. Got the benches and the bullpens off to the side. All right, so I think we are ready to go now. I think I got my issues resolved with the horizontal and vertical. So I think I was having some serious issues with that. All right, so hopefully now we are ready to go. Cecil Cooper will lead things off, and for the first at bat, I will kind of give a review of the way the cards are deciphered for each roll so that you can see it, just in case you haven't seen it. Of course, there's plenty of videos out there, tutorials and whatnot, on Replay Baseball, but just as a refresher and for myself as well, because I haven't played it in a while, make sure I know what I'm doing, hopefully anyway. All right, so Cecil Cooper stepping in against Gary Nolan. The result is a 5-2-2, and they are deciphered red, white, and blue. So the 5-2-2 is the result. Means we're in column 5 on both the pitcher and the batter. The white die is a 2. So it means we're in the second row on Cecil Cooper, a 5-2, gives him a 27. The blue die is a 2, which means we're in the second row of Gary Nolan, which that is a 1. So we got a 27 and a 1 for a total of 28 in column 5, and a 28 in column 5 is a fly out to right field, and Cecil Cooper is retired. Here's Denny Doyle, second baseman. We get a 1-3-2. 1-3 on Denny Doyle is a 5. 1-2 on Nolan is a 4, total of 9, and that's going to be a pop-up to short. That'll be handled by Concepcion. And the Sox 2 up, 2 down for Carl Yastrzemski. 1-6-6. 1-6 is a 45, and a 1-6 is a 5, total of 50 in column number 1. And a 50 in column number 1 is a strikeout or a comebacker to the pitcher. Depends on the base running situation. With the bases empty, it is a strikeout. So nothing doing for the Red Sox in the first. They go quietly, 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the first. And it'll be Pete Rose taking his hacks against Rick Wise. Rick Wise. 5-5-4. 5-5 for Rose is a 20. 5-4 on Wise is a 2. That's a 22. 22 is a base on balls, and there's an element there behind that result that says we're going to check column M of the action chart for further notice, or further action, I should say. So we got the action chart, which has different alphabets, A through M. M means we're checking for wild pitch, pass ball, balk, pickoff, that sort of thing. And that requires a 2d6 roll, but we need the blue die as well because that may be needed for a separate check. So we'll roll all 3, but we're going to total up the red and the white. And that's a total of 9. So 9 on column M says WP for wild pitch. So we go to wild pitch. It says if blue die is higher than the wild pitch rating, it's a wild pitch. Well, the blue die is a 1. The wild pitch rating on Rick Wise is a 3. It's not higher, so there's no wild pitch. So we continue on as if nothing happened. So Pete Rose will not get to advance. He will stay at first as there's no wild pitch. Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey 4-2, that's an 11. And a 4-3 is the third baseman. Third baseman is Petrocelli. His number is a 3. So we add 3 to the 11. That's a 14, which means it's a possible error check. And the error rating on Petrocelli is a 32. We get a 44. That will be an error on Petrocelli. It's a one-base error. It becomes an E5. And now runners are at first and second with nobody out for Joe Morgan. Not a good start for the Red Sox. 3-5 for Morgan. It's a 3, but we're in the ballpark. We're in the shaded area, so we're going to go to the ballpark to see if that number changes. Keep the blue die for Rick Wise. It's a 1d6 roll on column 3 right here, and we'll see if that number changes. It could be anything from a 2 to a 62 depending on what we roll. We roll a 4, which is a 4, so that number is going to jump from a 3 to a 4. So we got a 4 right here, and then a 3-3 on Wise is a 2. That's a total of 6. 6 in column 3 is a fly out to center field for out number 1. Had this changed to a 5 and made that an 8, that would have been a base hit. But it would have made it a, had it been a 5, it would have been a 4 here to make that a 7, and a 7 would have been a base hit. But the 6, not quite enough. So he is out of this, a short fly, and with the short fly result in the book, it says with less than 2 outs, any runner on third base may tag up, but there's no provision for a runner on second to go to third. So the runners will have to hold. Here's Tony Perez. 1-2 is a 1. 1-2 is a 2. It's a total of 4. And a 4 in column 1 is a strikeout. So Rick Wise trying to pitch around this mess. Now there's 2 outs and 2 on for Johnny Bench. 3-2. It's a 37. 3-2 is a 2. It's a 39 in column 3. And 39 is a strikeout. So Johnny Bench is gone. Rick Wise pitches around all that mess. And we've completed 1 here at Fenway. I'm sorry, at Riverfront. So used to saying Fenway. 1 here at Riverfront with no score. Carlton Fisk steps up, facing Gary Nolan. We get a 1-1. That's a 15. And a 1-4 is a 5. It's a 20 in column 1. And a 20 in column 1 is an infield single with a possibility of an error. So we have to figure out who the ball is hit to. So we're going to roll the D6 and see what we get. It's a 4, which means it's into the hole at second base. So it says hurry up throw may be wild. Roll against the error rating of the fielder. All right, second baseman error rating for Morgan is a 54. So if the red and white die total more than 54, it will be an error on Morgan. Otherwise, it'll just be an infield hit. It's a 65, so how about that? Morgan makes the error. So Fisk gets himself a single. Morgan tried to hurry the throw, and he throws it away. And how do you like that? Put the error here for Petrocelli as well. All right, so Fisk is standing at second base with nobody out. Morgan, a rough play there. Here's Fred Lynn. 6-4, and that's a split chance. Against a right-hander, it's a 9. Against a left-hander, it's a 16. That's important because if it's a 16, it's out. 9 is going to be a base hit, most likely. 6 and a 4 here is a 2. That's a total of 11 in column 6. And 11 in column 6 is a single, but there's a chance for a home run. If you roll 1d6 and it's a 6, it'll be a home run. Otherwise, it's a single. It's just going to be a single. Now we'll check runner advancement. And it says runners advance 1 base. Runner on second may try to score, and defense may try to for the runner at the plate. If there is a throw home, roll die versus runner's speed. If the die is higher, he is out. Runner's speed at second base was Carlton Fisk, and Fisk's speed is only a 3, so they're going to hold him up. They're not going to take any chances. With nobody out, there's no sense in sending him. So runners are now at the corners with nobody out for Rico Petrocelli, infield at double play depth for the Reds. 1-4. 1-4 is a 35. 1-2 is a 4. It's a 39. 39 is a ground ball to first, and with the infield halfway, it's a second to first double play. So they got what they wanted. They got what they wanted there. The 3-6-3 double play is the way it works. Perez to Concepcion, back to Perez. The run does score, which Cincinnati's okay with because they want to avoid the big inning. So it's 1-0 Red Sox, but now it's 2 outs, bases cleared. And here's Dwight Evans. 4-6 is a 2. 4-2 is a C6. Now this is interesting because Gary Nolan is a fly ball pitcher, so we're not going to check a ground ball to the infielder. Since this is a C6, we're going to move everything over to column 6. So we take the 4-6 roll that was here, move it over to the right, and we get a 9. And we get a 9, and we get a 1 from Nolan, which is a 10. But this is in the ballpark. So we got a chance to see if this number changes. We'll roll 1d6 and see if that number increases based on this number here, up top. So we get a 4. He's a right-handed batter. That's now an 8. So this 4 drops, this 9 actually drops to an 8 now. 8 and a 1 is a 9. That's a single. So it's a 2-out single for Dwight Evans. Keeps the inning going for Rick Burleson. 2-2. 2-2 is an 11. 2-3 is a 5. It's a 16 in column 2. 16 is a single to right. Runner advances 1 base. So there's no provision for the runner to get to third, even with 2 outs. So runners are at first and second. And that will actually bring up Rick Wise, the pitcher. He'll get a chance to get out of the way, basically, hitting off pitcher card number 1, which is obviously the worst. We get a 4-5. That's a 1. 4-1 is the first baseman. That's Tony Perez, who's a 3. It's a total of 4. And that's a routine grounder. He'll just take it to the bag himself to end the inning. So all that mess, Boston comes away with 1 run. So Cincinnati kind of got lucky there a little bit. Could have been a lot worse. We go to the bottom of the second. It is 2-1 Boston. I'm sorry, 1-0 Boston. And here's George Foster. 2-1. Oh, I got these backwards, don't I? Okay. 2-1 on Foster's a 38. 2-2 is a 4. It's a 40 in column 2. 40 in column 2 is a ground out shortstop to first. And there's 1 away. That would be an injury check as well, but I'm doing as-played lineup, so I'm not doing injuries. That brings up Concepcion. 2-3. 2-3 is a 2. 2-6 is a 3. Total of 5. That is a strikeout. Anything 6 or less in columns 1 or 2 is a strikeout. So Concepcion is gone. 2 down for Geronimo. 2-2 is an 11, and there's an asterisk there, so that means he's going to try to steal once he reaches base. Because 11 here is automatic hit. So 14, that's a base hit. But Geronimo's going to try to steal because of that asterisk there. And I will show here in the other book I have the spiral bound, if I don't drop everything. We'll do the stolen base check. And the part I like to use, or the thing I like to use right here, is the pitcher hold, catcher defense category. It says whenever a star symbol, roll 2 dice and read them, replay style. If the dice roll is equal or less than the combined stolen base defensive rating the runner holds, if it's higher, it's a stolen base. So he can't get caught stealing, but he might not be able to steal. Depends on the ratings. So the rating of Rick Wise hold is a 2, and the defensive rating for Fisk is a 5. So we cross-reference 2 and the 5, we get a 43. So if we roll 2 dice, and it's equal or less than 43, then he holds. If it's higher than 43, he can steal. So most likely he can't. The odds are he's not going to be able to, but we'll try it. 34, he has to hold. He cannot steal. So the combination of Wise and Fisk keeps him from getting the jump. Now Gary Nolan has his own card that I printed off PDF. So his own batting card, because he had 68 at-bats in real life. So he's up against Rick Wise. 6'5", 36, that's an automatic strikeout. Anytime you get a 36 in column 6, it's an automatic strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing. They did allow, the base hit by Geronimo did allow Nolan to get out of the way. Just like with Boston, Burleson getting the hit, it allowed Rick Wise to get out of the way. So now both teams will have their leadoff man starting the third. So here's Cooper. 1-4 for Cooper is a 4. 1-1 is a 4. It's a total of 8. That's a pop up to third. Pete Rose right there. 1 away. Brings up Denny Doyle. 3-3 is a 32. 3-5 is a 3. It's a 35 in column 3. And that's a double to center field. So Denny Doyle with a 1-out double. And he's in scoring position for Yaz. 5-1 is a 5. 5-3 is a 1. A total of 6. 6 is a base on balls. However, if a pitcher has a raised number, which is what Gary Nolan has here, is that raised number. If he has a raised number, and if it's higher than the raised number, it's not a walk, it's 2-ball count. Well, obviously it's a 6. You can't get higher than a 6. So it won't be a walk, it'll be a 2-ball count, and we'll reboot. Yastrzemski, 3-2, we're in the shaded area. 1 is the result on Nolan. A 3-1 is going to be a 2. So let's see what we add here. The ballpark, column 3, we're right here, column 3. We're going to see if that number changes from a 2. We get a 2, and that means it's going to be a 3. So it's going to be bumped to a 3. That's a 2, total of 5 in column 3. It's still not going to matter. It's a fly out to left. Short fly out to left, and the runner has to hold. So 2 down, and it's up to Pudge Fisk to get something, another run for the Red Sox. 1-3 is not going to do it. 1-3 is a 3. 1-5 is a 5. It's a total of 8. And he's going to pop it up to Pete Rose again. So the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Sox. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Boston. Here is Pete Rose. 5-3, and that is a 39. 5-4 is a 2. It's a 41 in column 5, and 41 is a hit by pitch. So Pete Rose gets plunked. He gets plunked. Not too happy about it, but he runs down to first in Pete Rose style. Here's Ken Griffey. 5-3, that's a 6A. So A means there could be some action going on here if he reaches. 5-3 is a 6. 5-4 is a 2. Total of 8. 8 in column 5 is a walk. So we'll see what happens with the they do have a runner in front of him, Pete Rose, so that's going to take away any potential chance there. But the A talks about a stolen base or a potential pickoff, but with the runner in front of him, we're going to override that strategy. So since Pete Rose is in front of him, there won't be any chance for a stolen base or anything, so we just move on to Joe Morgan. 2 on, nobody out. Reds have something cooking. 5-3. Boy, I roll 5-3 a lot. That's a 5. 5-4 is a 2. It's a 7. 7 says it's another walk. So a hit by pitch and 2 walks because I'm hitting those column 5 results. And even though it's a C there, that's again talking about stolen bases, but the bases are loaded, so you're not going to try to steal. The bases are loaded, nobody out for Tony Perez, and Rick Wise is in serious trouble. 2-6, and that's the ballpark check. Raised number there is a 2. So let's see what happens with that. If that changes, we're using this middle row right here. To 6, which means this changes to a 4. So that's a 4. The blue die is a 4. And the blue die being a 4 with this result means we're checking the center fielder. Center fielder Freddie Lynn is a 5, which means he will catch this ball. 5 is greater than the 4, so he will get to this ball. Now the question is it a sacrifice fly? That's what we got to check out. So I'm going to pull the board over here and see what it says. It says runners on second and third advance 1 base if their speed is higher than the outfielder's arm. All right, well, the outfielder arm is Freddie Lynn, and his arm is a 5, so not likely that their speed is going to be higher than 5. Rose is a 4, and so since he can't go anywhere, there's nowhere for anybody else to go. So it's shallow enough that nobody can advance. So Freddie Lynn, showing good range, makes the catch. Now they can get out of it with a double play. Here's Johnny Bench. 5-4, back to that column 5 again. 5-4 is a 1. 5-1 is a 1. That's a 2. 2 in column 5 is a ground out to first. When they're halfway, it's out at second, others advance. So they can't turn the double play. It'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice. Pete Rose will score, and we are tied at a run apiece as Griffey makes it to third. So we're tied at 1. They tried for the double play on Bench, but just couldn't quite turn it. And now here's Foster. 6-2 for Foster is a 9. And a 6-1 is a 2. That's a total of 11, which again is a single, but possible home run if we roll a 6. And we do. It's gone. George Foster, a 3-run homer for George Foster. How about that? And the Reds have kind of blown this thing open now. It's 4-0 over the Sox. 4-0. And that brings up Concepcion. 4-3. 4-3 is a 25. And a 4-4 is the shortstop, Burleson, who's a 1. That's a 26. 26 in column 4 is a bunt down the line. Let's see here. Roll 2 dice against the fielder's range. If both dice are higher, batter is out. So basically, as long as one of these isn't a 1, he's going to be out. And it is a 1, so he's not higher. He's going to beat it out for a bunt single. Concepcion. Now, why the shortstop would be fielding, I think that's a little bit of a snafu. Should be third base, but I digress. Here's Geronimo. 6-1 is a 31. 6-2 is a 3. It's a 34. And that is a fly out to center field to end the inning. But the Reds, 4 spot here in the third to take a 4-1 lead. And Cincinnati fans finally have something to cheer about. Freddie Lynn will lead it off. 6-2 is a 9. 6-1 is a 1. It's a 10. That's a base hit. Base hit for Freddie Lynn. Start things off. Here's Petrocelli. 3-6. That's the left-right split. And with a righty versus righty, that's a line out to short. Now let's make sure there's no doubling off the runner. Let's see here. Leaping catch for the out with runner on second and less than 2 outs possible double play, but it's a runner on first, so there is no double play. Simply a line out. So 1 away for Dewey Evans. 4-1 is a 3, and a 4-2 is, again, we're back to the fly ball pitcher, so we're going to move everything over to the right here. So Evans, it's a split chance, means it's a 16. If it's a lefty, he'd be looking at a double, but since it's a righty, it's going to be a fly out. So it's a total of 17. 1 and the 16 is a total of 17. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my bad. It's right here because it was column. No, it was column 1 for the batter, wasn't it? Sure was. I was right the first time. So 16 and a 1 here is a 17. 17 is a deep fly out to left field. Out number 2 would have been a sac fly had a runner been on third. And here's Burleson. First base is open, but they're going to pitch to him. No, first base is not open. My bad. It's run on first. I don't know what I was thinking. 5-4. 5-4 is a 1. 5-2 is a 1. That's a total of 2. That's a ground out to Perez to end the inning. So Rick Wise will lead off next inning, and this may be his last inning to pitch. We'll see, especially if he runs into issues again. Gary Nolan, the pitcher, will lead things off for the Reds here in the bottom of the 4th with a 4-1 lead. 6-4, another strikeout. Anything in column 6 for the pitcher here, except for 6-6. All these 36s are automatic strikeouts. So he's gone. Here's Pete Rose. 2-5 for Rose is a 50. 2-4 is a 2. It's a 52 in column 2, and 52 is a ground ball to the pitcher. Again, it would be an injury check if we were playing injuries. But since we're doing as played, not going to do that. Here's Ken Griffey. 5-4, that's a 3. 5-2 is a 1, total of 4. That's a ground out to short. And Burleson makes the play. I wrote these in here backwards, didn't I? Put them in the wrong spot. So the obligatory whiteout has to come along as I messed that up. So we'll see. Although Rick Wise might continue. I think Rick Wise is going to keep pitching. So he's going to hit for himself. So this could very well be a strikeout for Rick Wise. We'll see. 1-5 is a 5. 1-1 is 1-1 is a 4. Total of 9 is going to pop it up to short. So it won't be a strikeout. It'll be a pop up to short. So I won't need the whiteout for that one. Let's see what Cooper does. 3-1 is a 31. 3-5 is a 3. Total of 34 in column 3. And that's going to be a double to right field. So I will need to do something with that. Maybe I can just get around it somehow. A little messy, but I can figure it out. So Cooper's at second base, courtesy of the double. And here's Denny Doyle. 3-2 is a 29. 3-6 is a 4. Total of 33 in column 3. And a 33 is a line out to center field for out number 2. 2 down, and that brings up Carl Yastrzemski. 2-5 is a 4. 2-5 is a 5. Total of 9 in column 2. And that's going to be a foul out to Concepcion to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 4-1 Cincinnati. Rick Wise back out. Be facing Joe Morgan to lead it off. Morgan has flied to center and walked. 6-6 is a 10. 6-4 is a 3. That's a 13. That's gone. Joe Morgan, home run. Anything over 12 is a home run in column 6. Anything 12 to 16, I should say, is a home run. So that's gone. It's now 5-1. And now the Boston bullpen has some activity down there. Right-hander Diego Segui is loosening in the bullpen. It's Tony Perez. 5-4. That's a 1 with the K there if he reaches, but that's a 1. 5-4 is a 2. That's a total of 3. Ground out to Denny Doyle, so don't have to worry about the K portion. That's an easy out. Here's Johnny Bench. 1-3 is a 2. 1-3 is a 2. Total of 4. That's a strikeout. So Johnny Bench out on strikes. 2 down for George Foster. 2-5. 2-5 is a 5. 2-6 is a 3. I'm sorry, 2-5 is a 16. And 2-6 is a 3. Total of 19 in column 2. And that's a fly out to center field to end the inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. Still 4-1 favor of Cincinnati. Here is Pudge. 1-1 is a 15. 1-5 is a 5. It's a 20. And again, that's a single with a possible throwing error. The blue die says it's a 4, which means we're looking at Mr. Morgan again. And again, 54 or higher, it's an error. Nope, 43 will not be an error. It'll just simply be a base hit for Fisk. So Morgan did not unleash a wild one, but Fisk does beat it out. Here's Fred Lynn. 2-4. 2-4 is a 60 with a raised number of 2, but since it's not in orange, this number will not change. And all the outfielders for the Reds have ranges of 5s or 3s, so it doesn't matter who he hits it to, he's going to make the catch because that's higher than the 2. And it's the blue die is a 5, so technically the blue die being a 5 means it's the right fielder Griffey, who has a range of only 3, but it's good enough to make this play. And Lynn is out of there. Here is Petrocelli. 2-5 is a 16. 2-3 is a 5. That's a total of 21 in column 2, and that is a fly to left. 2 down, and that brings up Dewey Evans. 3-3 is a 14. 3-3 is a 2. It's a total of 16 in column 3, and that's a triple to right center field. So that'll be an RBI triple for Dewey Evans. Cuts the lead to 4-2. And Boston has a little bit of hope. Here's Rick Burleson. They do have first base open, but they would pinch hit for Wise, so you're not going to walk Burleson. They're just going to pitch to him with 2 outs and a runner at third. 6-5 is a 16. 6-2 is a 1-17. It's a deep fly to left, but with 2 outs, that's going to end the inning. Boston gets a run, but that's all they get. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score, 4-2 Cincinnati. Now Rick Wise is still in there. He is set to lead off next inning. We do have Geronimo, a lefty, and then Nolan. So let's see how they want to play this. I think they're going to go ahead and take Rick Wise out of the game. He's gone 5 innings and given up 5. Actually, you know what? I do need the white out here because it's 5-2, not 4-2. I didn't give credit in the line score for the Morgan home run like I should have. So it's really a 5-2 game. So close the book on Wise. 5 innings pitched and 5 runs. 5 innings pitched and 5 runs. And it looks like all of them are earned as far as I can tell. The error there just moved the runner from first to second. So I do believe that's complete there. All right, so Diego Segui is going to pitch, and he's just going to, there's not going to be no double switch. Segui's just going to go 1 inning. So he will pitch to Concepcion. 2-3 is a 2. 2-2 is a 2. Total of 4, and that means it's a strikeout. So 1 away. The W there just means that if you get certain results from 12 to 16, that they turn into a walk. So the fact that we were at a 4, that's irrelevant. Here's Geronimo. 1-1 is a 10. 1-4 is a 2. It's a total of 12. That's a single up the middle, and he's got the asterisk, so he's going to be trying to steal. And to do that again, we go back to this result. We've already figured out that the 43 is the number, so the red and white die has to be greater than 43 to get that stolen base. 45, he gets it. Stolen base for Geronimo. So there's a lot of noise out there. I'm not sure what else is going on over there. Doing something next door. Haven't figured out what it was yet, but we'll drive on. Gary Nolan, the batter. 2-5 is a 4, and a 2-3 is a 2, total of 6, and that's a strikeout. 2 down for Pete Rose. 5-2 Reds here in the 6th. 6-1 is a 59. That could be extra bases. 6-5 is a 3. It's a 62. 62 is a double for Pete Rose, and that will score Geronimo to make it now 6-2 Reds. So Segui was not the answer. Here's Griffey. 2-3 is a 2. 2-6 is a 3. Total of 5. That's a strikeout to end the inning. So Segui is going to go his 1 inning. That's going to be it. Reds tack on another run, lead it 6-2 as we go to the 7th. And Gary Nolan still out there. He's faced 26 batters, and he's just about right at his threshold, so Sparky will keep an eye on him. We will get a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Segui, and it will be Bernie Carbo. So Bernie Carbo will lead things off, and in the bullpen for the Reds, Clay Carroll is loosening. Here's Carbo. 1-2 is a 2. 1-6 is a 5. It's a 7. Pop up to second. So Carbo, the pinch hitter, Carbo, pops to second base. So he's out of there. He fails in his task to get a base hit. Back to the top of the order for Cecil Cooper. 1-6 is a 45, and we know that's a strikeout from previous checks. With the bases empty, that becomes a strikeout. Denny Doyle. 6-6 for Doyle. It's a split chance. That gives him a 9. That gives him a 9. And we're going to the ballpark card because it's in orange. So we go to the ballpark card, see what happens in column 6. It's a 4. He's a left-handed batter. 4 still keeps it a 9, so it stays a 9. 6 for Nolan is a 4. It's a 13. It's gone. Denny Doyle, not known for his power, but he gets it there. Solo shot, and that's what happens when you roll a double 6 there. Home run makes the score now 6-3 in favor of Cincinnati, and Nolan is going to be extricated from the ball game by Sparky as Captain Hook goes out there. We'll grab Nolan, and they'll bring in Clay Carroll. So Clay Carroll, the new pitcher. Nolan's going to go 6 2/3, but Clay Carroll is now the new pitcher. Be facing Yastrzemski. 2 outs and the base is clear. 3-1 is a 31. 3-3 is a 2. Total of 33, and 33 is a line out to center field. That will end the inning. So Clay Carroll gets it done after that. The solo home run by Doyle cuts the lead to 6-3 as we go to the 7th inning stretch. New pitcher for the Red Sox with the lineup for the Reds being Morgan, Bench, and Perez. A lot of right-handers after Morgan, so they're going to stick with a right-hander in the bullpen. And it will be Jim Willoughby. So Jim Willoughby is your relief pitcher. Jim Willoughby. He is on to face Morgan, Perez, and Bench. It's a 4-3, and that's a 16. 4-6 is a second baseman. So the second baseman is Doyle. He's a 3. So 16 plus a 3 is a 19 in column 4. 19 in column 4 is a ground out. So good play there by Denny Doyle. 1 away. Sends up Tony Perez. Tony Perez, a 1-5 is a 5. 1-1 is a 1. It's a total of 6. It's a strikeout. And Willoughby is a ground ball pitcher, unlike what we had with Gary Nolan, who had the C6s here. He's got infield positions in column 6. So if we get this column 6 result, instead of a deep fly check, it's going to revert back to column 4 for a ground ball. So that's how they, in this game, reflect ground ball and fly ball pitchers for the ones that have extremes. Here's Johnny Bench. 5-4 is a 17. I'm sorry, 5-4 is a 1. And 5-5 is a 3. It's a total of 4. That is a ground ball to short. Burleson handles it, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th for Jim Willoughby. We go to the top of the 8th. It'll be Fisk, Lynn, and Petrocelli facing Carroll, who only faced one batter last inning, so he's good to go for this particular inning. Fisk start the 8th. 5-3 is a 40. 5-6 is a 3. 43 is a walk. So a leadoff walk to Fisk. Brings up Freddie Lynn. He's 2 for 3. 3-3 is a 14. 3-1 is a 2. It's a total of 16 in column 3. And that's a triple again to center field. Right center field, actually. So Freddie Lynn, a triple. And that will score Fisk. And maybe Carroll won't make it through the inning. We don't know. Right now, it is now a 6-4 game with Petrocelli coming up. Runner at third and nobody out. Infield is back. They want an out. 2-1 is a 33. 2-4 is a 4. 37, that is a ground out pitcher to first with the infield back. Runners advance. So even though it's hit to the pitcher, it will score the run. So 2 runs are in. It is now 6-5 Cincinnati. And Clay Carroll really in trouble as Will McEnany, the left-hander, is tossing in the Reds bullpen. Here's Dewey. Dewey Evans, 1-5 is a 4. 1-6 is a 4. Total of 8. It's a pop-up to the third baseman Pete Rose for out number 2. That brings up Burleson. 6-2 is a 21. 6-4 is a 1. Total of 22. And that's a single. And it says here that batter has the option to try for a double. So I'm going to roll the red and white die for the umpire's call. 1-4, he's safe. 5, he's safe if the white die is not higher than the runner's speed. And safe if if you roll a 6, then it's on the red die. Then it's safe if white die is higher than the outfielder's arm. The outfielder involved is based on this number 4 that came up, which is the center fielder, Geronimo. His arm is a 5, so might be in trouble that way. Let's roll the red and white. See if we get a 1 through 4 on the red die. He will make it with the double. 5 on the red die. So since that is the 5, it says safe if white die is not higher than the runner's speed. Well, Burleson's a 3, that's a 1, so Burleson will be safe on the 2-out double. And now we get to the pitcher spot, Willoughby, so he will be pinch hit for. They've already used Carbo. So now they're going to turn over to Rick Miller. So Rick Miller is your pinch hitter. Pretty much the only other lefty they have. So he will pinch hit. And tying run is at second base. They could bring in McEnany, but if they do that, then Boston's going to pinch hit for Miller with Beniquez. So they're going to go ahead and let Carroll pitch. 4-4 is an 11. 4-1 is the first baseman Perez, which is a 3. Total of 14, which is an error check. Perez's error rating is a 46. So this has to be higher than 46 to be an error. 43, no errors. So it's good play. Perez was able to handle it. And the inning's over. But 2 runs do score. And all of a sudden, it is now a 6-5 game as things tighten up here at Riverfront. We'll get a new pitcher for Boston since the pinch hitter was in there. And that's going to be, new pitcher for the Red Sox will be Dick Drago. So right-hander Dick Drago is on to face Foster, Concepcion, and Geronimo. So Dick Drago, the batter. And Raleigh Eastwick has picked up McEnany. With all these lefties coming up, McEnany will pitch the 9th for the Reds. All right, so here's Foster against Drago. 6-3 for Foster's a 16. 6-1's a 1. 17. Deep fly to left. So 1 away. And here's Concepcion. 2-1 is a 39. 2-4 is a 2. 41 is a ground ball to short. 2 down. And again, a lot of those column 2 results are are injury checks, but I'm not doing those. Geronimo, 6-6. That's trouble. Against a right-hander, that becomes an 8. But we're checking the ballpark to see if that changes. The blue die is a 2, so 6-2 is a 1 right here. But let's see what that red die changes to. A 4, and for a left-hander is a 9. So the 8 increases to a 9. That's a 1. It becomes a 10, which is a single for Geronimo. So a 2-out single for Geronimo, and now we need a pinch hitter for the Reds as we're at the pitcher spot for Clay Carroll. So we're going to bring in Dan Dreesen to pinch hit for the Reds. He will pinch hit for the pitcher, Clay Carroll. He's up to face Drago. 6-5 is a 36, and we know 36 in column 6s are automatic strikeouts to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the 9th, last chance for the Red Sox. They trail it 6-5. And Raleigh Eastwick is also in the bullpen loosening. But with these left-handers coming up, they're going to turn to Will McEnany, see if he can finish the deal, because you do have Cooper, Doyle, and Yastrzemski. And Cooper could be pinch hit for by Beniquez. We'll see. Let's see if they want to bring a right-hander in. Juan Beniquez. They're going to bring in Juan Beniquez to pinch hit for Cooper. So Beniquez will pinch hit for Cooper. If it goes to a bottom of the 9th, they will simply move Yastrzemski to first and insert Beniquez in left field. So Beniquez is the pinch hitter for Cooper here in the top of the 9th against McEnany. They trail it 5-4. 2-1 is a 49. 2-4 is a 3. It's a 52. And that's a ground ball back to the pitcher. So McEnany handles that cleanly. 1 away. Here's Denny Doyle. Doyle, 6-2 is a 41. 6-2 is a 1. It's a 42. 42 is a line drive hit to left field. And it says here, runner advances 1 base on the single, chance for extra bases. Roll 1 die against the outfielder's defensive rating. Well, the blue die tells us who the outfielder is, which is George Foster. His rating is a 5. So we're going to roll 1 die against that. If its die is higher, it's a double. So this has to be a 6 to be a double. And it's not. So it's going to be a single. Single for Denny Doyle. So the fact that Foster got over there quickly as a good defender took care of that. Here's Yaz. 5-5 is a 20. 5-5 is a 1. 21 in column 5 is a walk. So that's going to put runners at first and second. And I think that's going to be it for McEnany. With Fisk coming up, they're going to Raleigh Eastwick. And that 21 does say go to the action chart, but there's a runner already ahead of him, so we're not going to have any chances to steal. So we're just going to play it straight up. Eastwick is on now to try to close the deal facing Fisk. Then he's got to deal with Lynn as well. 3-2 is a 2. That's in the orange, so we're going to be rolling to see if that number changes on this column 3 result. We get a 1, which means it drops to, it stays a 2 actually. It stays a 2. And a 3-3 is a 2 there. It's a total of 4. 4 in column 3 is a short fly to right for out number 2. So Eastwick 1 out away from closing the deal for Cincinnati and getting them on the board here in the series as they trail at 2-0 entering this game. Here's Lynn. 1-5 is a 4. 1-1 is a 1. That's a total of 5. That's a strikeout. And the ball game is over. Cincinnati hangs on and wins it by the score of 6-5. A little bit messy there. But hopefully everything turned out okay. We shall see. I know I'm getting close to my time. I'm at 44 minutes, so I don't want to belabor it too much because I want to keep it all on one video. But so I know it's a little bit of a messy score sheet. I did try to go a little quick, maybe quicker than I should, because I wasn't sure of the how this thing was going to flow. But game 2 was played on inside pitch, and Boston won that. I forgot to mention that before this video, but before you see this, I'll have already posted the other one. So Cincinnati had to win this game to avoid a 3-0, being down 3-0. So they've done it. They get the win. And the save goes to Eastwick. The win goes to Nolan. Save to Eastwick. The loser is Rick Wise. And probably the star of the game, I guess, was George Foster with that big 3-run homer that he hit. So that kind of broke it open to 4-1, and they never lost the lead after that. So we go to Game 4 with Boston still holding a 2-1 lead. It'll again be in Cincinnati, but we'll be moving on to Stratomatic. So Game 4 will be in Stratomatic, and then Game 5 is probably going to go back to History Maker, but I'll have to wait and see. I could possibly do it on Action PC Baseball. That's a possibility. If I can get that to work, I may do it that way, but we'll wait and see. But for sure, Game 4 will be on Stratomatic with the 70s gem set. I don't have the 75 season for Stratomatic, but I do have what they call the gems set from 1970s. So we'll be using that in Game 4. Louis Tiant will be on the mound for Boston, and left-hander Fred Norman will be on the mound for the Reds as we use the as-played lineups. So hopefully you enjoyed this broadcast of Replay Baseball. It's not a game I put on the channel very often. I do have it. I do enjoy it. I think it's probably better for solo play without being recorded. I think I enjoy it better when I do it off the video. Sometimes it doesn't translate as well to video as some other games do, but hopefully you enjoyed that. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play and however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.